Hey, it's Jim here, and it is Sunday, March 24th. As I was talking about yesterday, my stomach is definitely stopped or stopping, and that means my complete bowels just aren't moving from front to back, and it's backing up in my stomach. And so when I go to swallow, I can feel resistance swallowing. Uh, but you can wash it down, and it talked about that. And so that's kind of the path forward from here. So you keep eating until everything gets packed in there and it gets up against your diaphragm, and it can rot through that and then get your aorta. Uh, Conversely, if you don't eat, eventually you get a complete hole in your cecum, and but that is a longer route. Uh, I will say that I remember the article talked about how there was a period where the pituitary would just take over completely once the stomach didn't work. But see, it's already in hypophyseal failure, which means pituitary is failing. And so that's what this whole kind of last several transitions has been about. Is about this system going, oh, we're going to go too far, and the pituitary is going to go into failure, so it cuts back, and that puts you in the next phase. And then you get to a point where this blood change takes place, circulation. So it goes through all that, and then basically it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I'm still feeling, and that's why you have these circadian timelines, because the pituitary has a circadian rhythm with the pain and everything, and so it can work real hard during parts of the day it can't. But anyway, eventually when the stomach stops, you have like this 48 or 72-hour period, I think, of just a burst of energy, is what it said. And I'm definitely feeling that between yesterday and today. I mean, I planted trees. I I just did stuff that I don't normally do. Uh, uh, and I got all hot and sweaty while I was planting the trees, and it was actually kind of cool outside. But we need trees. There's an addition going up behind ours eventually, and well, we used to have a nice field out the back, but now we won't. So I wanted to get those trees planted. Uh, anyway, so I think I'm going through that kind of burst of energy that it talked about. And I mean, I won't say everything is 100% stopped. I'd say we're at about an 80% stoppage here, 90%, which, I mean, obviously, if you do the mass balance there, things aren't going to work out. So, uh, yeah. So, and I haven't been able to eat very much. I've kind of been faking eating today. Like, I mean, I ate a sausage roll for breakfast, but I didn't eat the bread. And I ate part of my dinner from 2 nights ago for lunch. But that's the thing is too, I'm hungry, but I know I don't have room for it. And I remember in the article it showed these two people, and they were literally chewing things up and spitting them out, trying to get a little bit more salt to increase their osmolality, uh, and press a little harder on that pituitary, because their stomachs were full, and it said how they were hours from passing away. And in they looked very fatigued, I think, and I'm not there yet. So I have this burst of energy. So that's where we're at today. It's a strange condition. It's not documented anywhere because, for whatever reason, and if you watch all my videos, you'll see that I explain why, but they've removed it from historical cases. It's called terminal onset diabetes insipidus with candidiasis major. It's iatrogenic, means caused by treatment, but treated myself for another condition. Weirdest way in the world, strangest circumstances for me finding the way to save myself, totally save myself, live 28 years later. Uh, it's an incredible story to me. Hey, I want to give out my love to my son and my wife, who I'm still giving normal days right now. Their days are pretty normal. Obviously, wife's day isn't quite, I mean, 100% normal, but still, it's a lot more normal for everybody else. Uh, been able to keep work pretty normal. Uh, work today on Sunday, and you know, I don't think I'm going to be there for them in 8 days when they do that production implementation. So I'm just going to try to get them as ready as I can. And it's funny, I was able to go to sleep last night knowing that it's just you go through so much with this condition that you just accept the eventuality of it, especially when you know what's coming, like I do. And like those people in the experiment did, they knew it was coming. They knew the steps to it that had been communicated to them. And so there's absolutely nothing you can do. There's literally no treatment whatsoever. And even going to a doctor's in the end is going to decrease the time you have left. So, I mean, why not? You know, I mean, what choice do you have but to work and live and be as normal as possible? And yeah, there's pain. I've I've had more types of pain than you probably ever even thought were there, is what I would say from this condition. And I mean, you name them with growing pain, skin pain, burning pain, sharp pain, dull pain, throbbing pain, kidney pain, perineal pain, leg pain, foot pain, hand pain, joint pain. I've had them all, headaches at different times with this condition. And uh, yeah, I mean, honestly, you just push through. I mean, what choice do you have? I mean, there's a lot of people out there, everybody's going to die, and a lot of people are going to find out ahead of time. And I mean, you can take it where you look at it and say, oh my God. And this condition makes you do that for a while. And I went through a lot of oh my gods, but I'm done with those. And now I'm just like, hey, it's tomorrow. Wow. I'm happy to be here. And I'm gonna make the bed and I'm gonna take a shower today and I'm going to read or work or uh, you know, be with my family and up until now eat. And you know, uh, even when you're nauseated or whatever, you eat. Uh, even when you've got the sharpest stomach pains you've ever had, you eat. Uh, that's just what this condition does to you. And if at any point you stop, it actually makes things go faster. So, and now I mean, food is tapering off. And soon, I don't know. I mean, I obviously have to keep up the illusion of eating, uh, unless I, want to change people's days to not normal. And I don't want to do that. Um, I don't want to go to a hospital. And I don't want people to tell me to go to a hospital. And I don't want people sitting around thinking I should be at a hospital or thinking, oh, poor Jim, or what am I going to do? Or any of that. Not while I'm here, not while I can give him one more day. I'm not thinking that. Uh, and I'm 54. I want, and I, one thing about this condition is that it changes your skin. And I'm going to turn off. Yeah, I don't have on touch up my appearance. I just checked. So this isn't touch up my appearance. And I don't know how to get in close, but you can see I don't have any real wrinkles. And this condition is because of the way that the cells get infected and apoptified, and that makes them get shrunken and it pulls your skin tight. And so for your average 54-year-old, it's looking pretty good. And it talked about that in the here, I'll squint for you. See, still not a whole lot. Let's see if I fix the lighting. I don't know if I can. Let's do auto. go. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna change the lighting at all. What if I change the background? Got all these coding applications up. There we go. Okay. So let's see. See, there's some wrinkles, but not really. And then some crow's feet if I squint. But in general, no wrinkles, right? And super thick hair because of all the minerals that get deposited in it because they're getting pushed into your skin. It talked about both of those in the article. And oh, like strong fingernails and toenails because of all the minerals too. Even though toenails are vestigial, that means I could take one of my toenails and pull it like right down the middle, and just do it right. Doesn't hurt. Anyway, I thought there was something else that I wanted to mention that I didn't think I'd ever mentioned. I'm going through things right now in my head. I can't think of it. So I'm just going to leave there and say, hey, I did make at least one more video, and I'm going to be changing my links around pretty soon on my Facebook to point to my Jim Craddock. So hopefully my Facebook points to jimcraddock.com. And go out to my site, look at my story. The links are down the bottom to spread my story. It's ridiculous. It's the failure of modern medicine. At the same time, it's just the weirdest set of coincidences. I mean, it's definitely a book to me. I mean, it's crazy. So I guess that's all I got. It's 4:37. I'm having the worst dinner tonight for me, breakfast for dinner, which means pancakes and biscuits, and I can't really eat either of those, so I'll stick to bacon and eggs. And I don't know how much I can get down. I'll feed the dog some. Anyway, take it easy. This Jim out. Life's not over until it's over.